Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel for Friday, October 18th. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we get into today's video, I would ask that you please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video far and wide, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of the topic today and what's going on. Justin Trudeau testified on Wednesday in the Foreign Interference Committee. And we covered that on stream yesterday. That was the bulk of the stream yesterday. And I've been doing some reading this morning. I read a National Post article and a CBC article, so from both sides of the spectrum. And what I can gather is that when Trudeau went all partisan and started claiming that there were conservative parliamentarians that were compromised, not only did he over dramatize, overstate how compromised they were, he may have actually compromised an investigation by actually saying those things out loud, because now the conservatives are demanding the names be released, and there could be a way of doing that, like in the House of Commons, where MPs have more privilege than, say, having it released publicly, which is a crime right now because this is classified information. So anybody that releases any names would be committing a crime. But releasing this information in the House of Commons could be a legal gray area where that could be done. And then again, the investigation, any investigation that is going on right now into this could be compromised, because then names are known to more people than you might necessarily want. Trudeau used his skills as a drama teacher to make things seem a lot more salacious and dramatic than they were. I've been reading in these two articles from an intelligence advisor that's saying that the uh, NSIC-OP report is not matching with what CSIS is reporting. So the Committee of Parliamentarians assembled to report on national security has kind of, the words I've been reading are, stretched the truth in this regard. And this is coming from CSIS directors, like former CSIS directors that have been watching this inquiry. So this is quite literally a shit show. When we had Michael Chong saying that different agencies within the government are disagreeing with each other, this is what he meant. We have a group of parliamentarians making things seem like we've got foreign interference everywhere. That you can't take a step in Canada without there being a foreign power around the corner trying to make things go their way. Meanwhile, according to these CSIS directors that have been interviewed and the intelligence advisor Wesley Wark that has been interviewed for both of these articles, foreign interference is definitely a problem, just like it is in any sovereign nation. But the way that this has been framed, especially when Trudeau was testifying, and the CSIS directors actually used the words extreme partisanship when they were describing Trudeau's testimony. And they actually said, did it help forward the inquiry? Did it help in the scope of national security? I'm not so sure. All it did was piss off the conservatives, and all that. Yeah, and this really is going to turn the election into not just a carbon tax election, but a national security election. And Trudeau's testimony, and this is also again coming from um, the Wesley Wark intelligence guy, he was saying that this really seemed like a ploy from Trudeau to make it look like he would be the better statesman to lead Canada through a national security crisis. And the more I look back on what I watched, that actually does kind of match up with what I've been reading. It really felt like, although this was supposed to be testimony from Trudeau to defend his record and his government's record, that it also felt more like a comparison between him and Polyev to say, look at what's going on right now. I can handle it better. I understand it better than Polyev does. And I will say this as a criticism to Polyev. He's saying that he won't get a national security clearance because then he won't be able to um, properly hold the government to account in matters of foreign interference. And all three of the people interviewed for both articles, Wesley Wark, uh, and the intelligence, the former CSIS directors, have said that having a security clearance doesn't necessarily muzzle you, and he could choose to only be briefed on things that affect his party so that he's not just completely muzzled in discussing foreign interference, so that he can still hold the Liberal Party to account. So it seems like Polyev hasn't learned about the uh, what it means to have a security clearance, and that's like he's just become party leader last year, right? Like, he didn't really have ambitions to be a party leader. Like, he even said for a long time that that wasn't what he wanted to do. Um, so it just, he really recently became a party leader. And so I think I'm willing to give him a bit of leeway here, but he should educate himself and like speak to intelligence people and ask them, hey, if I get a clearance, what level of information am I allowed to divulge? Am I only able, like, can I just be briefed on stuff affecting my party so that I can continue to hold the government to account? Um I think those are all things that Polyev needs to do and learn about in order to keep himself in the free and clear and in the good standing with Canadians that he is enjoying right now. Because if he doesn't do that and he doesn't get the information about this, as much of really what the intelligence people are saying, this isn't really as as bad as Trudeau made it sound. Um, but it still needs to be like he still needs to learn about it and get the information under control so that if anything his parent his parliamentarians can defend themselves. It's all part and parcel of leadership, and I think that that this parliamentarian like this whole thing can be dealt with properly if everything gets kind of tampered down, calmed down, and taken off this partisan bullshit, which Trudeau did on purpose. I'm fully willing to admit and believe Trudeau did this on purpose. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think? Is this as bad as Trudeau made it sound, or do you agree with the intelligence community that this is an issue, but it can be dealt with in a calm, lawful manner without having partisanship thrown into it? Please share the video. I will put the 2 articles that I've talked about here in the description down below. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.